Yeah, man. If you want to break down this Breakfast Club, Mozzy shit, not really a breakdown, just elaborating a little bit on a lot of shit I seen and just his growth. But yeah, man, finally, man, they giving the West Coast, Northern California to be specific, finally giving niggas, you know, a voice on a bigger platform. Because at the time, it was like a lot of rappers go up there and say his name and shit like that. But he finally got the one-on-one, which I feel it was short. It's a lot of shit that I feel like could have been answered. But just the appreciation of that, man. It's big for the city. And he got a lot of growth. Like as far as like where he was going with a lot of topics. And I just thought of a lot of shit, and I kind of figured shit out just based on his answers to certain questions. But just getting into it, like, finally, like, we're recognized, like, Sacramento rap. And that shit was long overdue. The nigga should have been on the Breakfast Club a long time ago. 2016, 2017. All the times when he really was just at the core, the peak core of just his success, when niggas was making all the noise for the whole Northern California, especially at them certain points of time early on in his career. But it's better late than never, I feel. And he still show respect for Sibo, T Netty, and niggas like that. That means shit. That means something, just to have that be put out there. And and like, he ain't just the only one, but he the only one as of now, like, to make it to that big platform, like. And it's just a big gap between the two, the internet and all that type of shit. But them niggas are still legends in the city. Sibo, T Netty, and that type of shit. But like, as far as like, I just want to like kind of elaborate like on like the like him not like really making diss songs like that anymore. Like, he niggas still talk their shit, whatever. But like a blatant diss song after CML came out with this shit, he wanted a response. But just by like, I just tell in his growth that he think about a lot of things like that going on in the city, like for him to not be there, and a lot of things that going in the city and losing loved ones and shit like that. His non-response, I believe, is just to not, let it just keep falling on him, to where, because they're just going to amplify shit even more. For shit to not fall on him, for motherfuckers getting killed and shit like that. Like, I think it's things that niggas think about. Like, because like he said, like, you got to be out of the city to actually get to the next level. And that really make a difference, because not being in the city, you really could think outside of the box and see what's really going on when you're not there, and the impact that your voice make. And you're not speaking for yourself, you're speaking for your whole hood, your whole neighborhood, and sometimes the city, in a sense, and the cause and effects that you make. So that was a lot of growth to me. Like, that's just what I think. That's what I got out of that. But like me, like, I don't live in Sacramento, but I'm always there. But it's a lot of things I noticed. That's how I was able to make this channel and to know how to come on these videos and try to be honest as possible without hurting niggas' feelings and all that type of shit. by just being on the outside looking in, versus when you in the mix, you don't care like everybody else. It don't matter. It's fuck everybody is. You know, you on the same shit that the people you surround yourself by. But when you around other people and people that's trying to get to places like you are, you see things a lot different. It ain't the same as when you in a place that's just destructive and your mind is crowded by just, you know, bullshit, and you don't care about the next motherfucker. You don't care, like, even knowing for you to have a voice and shit like that. So, and appeal to an audience and shit like that. But it's really hard to like win over an East Coast crowd being from the West Coast, due from history and just it being this East Coast being the Mecca. So they play the politics games and all that type of shit with not supporting West Coast rappers as much, or giving them platforms like that niggas really needed. Cause that nigga needed that a long time ago. Not really needed it, but could have been on that platform a long time ago. And, you know, I could see in humble spirits, you know, niggas in a different place in their life. Motherfuckers getting older. And, you know, he still got to deal with a lot of shit going on back home, even when you're not there. And, you know, just to be representing a city that really never had shit, that never really had nothing, but it means so much to us because we never had nothing, and motherfuckers really on plateaus that people would have never thought of us as, you know, and they always put us in the, like, in the Bay, Sac. They always trying to, if you're not from Northern California, whatever, outside, they always say we're like from the Bay Area. But for it to like grow for where we got our own identity now, that's big, man. Like, we got a long way to go still, like, as far as music. And it's a lot of motherfuckers that make good music. In our city, we got a lot of talent, all the shit. It's about time, you feel me? They didn't let the city in the dough. It's time for us to be recognized as our own thing. Respectfully to the Bay Area, to West Coast, period. But we bring our own sound to this culture. And it's about time we be respected. But, you know, short, man. Short story. Sacramento Street Wars, man. I'm just talking about it, you know?